Good evening, everyone. Glad to be here tonight. We are going to talk about dental health tonight. I hope you've had a lovely day here in the Pacific Northwest. It was actually a very warm day, surprisingly, for this time of the year. And I actually got too warm today with a long sleeve shirt. Who would have thought? It's October, right? But our temperature is supposed to drop towards the end of the week. So thanks for being here. And for those of you that are going to watch this replay, thank you for doing so. Please know that if you ever have any comments, feedback, dislikes, likes, whatever it is that you would like to know more about, anything, please let me know in the comments when I repost this. Or go to my YouTube channel, Diana Hinkle, Henkel, and it's one N in Diana, and tell me what you like. Let me know, because I can't improve without the feedback, and I want to know what it is that you'd like to know as well. So again, my name's Diana Hinkle, and I'm retired from the dental field for over 25 years. I actually got started in high school. I won't tell you how many years ago that was, but it was a number of them. And the things that I have learned, the things that I have seen through the years, it's like people need to know that there are problems associated with your mouth that do create underlying health conditions. So I think it's very important for us to understand what that is and how we can better help our overall health through our first defense, which is your mouth. And did you know that the human mouth carries more disease than a lot of your animals, even your dog? So just keep that in mind. If you ever get bit by a person, it's way worse than anything else because of the bacteria that lays within our mouth, okay? So being clean in our mouth is very important because you swallow it every day, right? And if you're not active in taking care of it, then you are swallowing other things that can lead to heart disease. It can lead to really bad dental disease. You can tooth decay, toothaches, everything. So when we start looking at what could be an underlying problem to what's going on elsewhere, let's look at the teeth. And even if you have missing teeth, our teeth are all associated with a part of our body because of the nerves, which is another point that I won't bring out today because we don't have time for that, but maybe in another session we'll talk about that because it's very interesting how the body is built and how the teeth are a defense of our body. So it's fun to kind of explore that and then find out what are those simple, easy options for us to help our dental health. So think about your underlying health, proper cleaning of the teeth and your gums and your tongue. Okay, your tongue actually has little hairs on it, so it needs to be brushed just like the head, looks like hair on your head if you happen to be one that has hair. Some of you don't. I know my husband has very little up there. Yes. You know, another thing is to think about all the sugars, anything that has sugar in it. What are you eating as opposed to what's kind of keeping those gums healthy? So like when you have a dog, you give it certain bones, chew toys, so that it can help clean those teeth, right? Keep those teeth clean. So you're kind of got to do the same thing. What vegetables, what fruits are you eating versus sugary snacks like donuts or other sugary things like that? There's a number of them, right? And acidic foods like lemons. A lot of people like to suck on a lemon. And think about those foods when you're consuming them. And alcoholic beverages usually contain a lot of sugar as well. And other beverages that have a lot of sugar in them. So next time you reach for something that's your favorite thing to drink, look at the label, how much sugar is in there. And that's in any food. Look at the sugar content. Sometimes it's overwhelming. In fact, even sodium is another thing to think about, because I read a can, just one little can of it was a tuna base, 480 milligrams of sodium in just one little can. It's like, oh my Lord. Well, you've had your daily amount of sodium for the day. So keep that in mind. So I challenge you to look at the labels and start being a label reader. Okay. So I've seen it all. I've seen people without a nose. I've seen people without tongues. I have been in the prosthodontist's office. I've been everywhere. And it's amazing to me what happens. And there's a lot of reasons why sometimes they're out of our control, right? But I'm going to offer you some really easy ideas to help your dental health. And I'm not here to treat, cure, or diagnose anything. I am here to give you information so that you can be your own best person. And when it comes to our dental health, most of us don't take enough care of it. When decay starts into a tooth, we typically don't do anything about it because it's expensive to go to the dentist. I'm not going to lie. And to go to someone that on a sliding scale is hard to find, or they're backlogged for the crazy. So it is kind of important to have some kind of way to get your teeth taken care of when you first discover it, because eventually that tooth decay leads to other problems. And again, what are you swallowing every single day? If you're not cleaning your teeth on a regular basis with the dentist, even if that's just one time a year, it's important for that, because calculus that chips off your teeth, which is that hard substance that gets on your teeth, it can go into your bloodstream, and then it can affect the heart. So if you've got some underlying heart conditions, what do your teeth look like? What does your overall mouth look like? You have a lot of stuff covering your mouth. Are your gums bleeding all the time? Are they inflamed? Well, maybe you don't know what being inflamed is. Do they look extremely red? Gums should look pink, kind of like, pink salmon, that kind of color. They should never be a bright red. And if they're a bright red, you've got some issues going on, and I would highly suggest you see a dentist to find out what you can do for it. Sometimes it just needs to be a good cleaning, and then it'll help your dental health, because eventually too, if you don't have those clean and you have too much of that tartar buildup, or that calculus tartar buildup, you eventually can lose a tooth. You don't want to do that either, because that tooth is important to your overall body, which I got a feeling that we're going to have a session over that one. That's just a little bit more. So tonight, what things can you use for your mouth? Well, first of all, if you have dental issues like any kind of toothache, I use essential oils. You already know this. And I love using doTERRA, because doTERRA backs their product 100%. And I know that the product in the bottle is exactly what it says. So clove is super, super important. So we use what's called Clove Bud. And all you have to do is literally, you would have to take the lid off, and you would take your lid, or like a Q-tip. Okay, that's all you need, it's a Q-tip. And this is good for babies, not so much, because yes, it numbs the gums, but it's better than alcohol. But but you would just dab it right there in the center, right there. And that's all you would need. You can see that. So just dab it like that. It's already got stuff on there. If you have dental pain, you would just put it right where the problem is, right on the gums. Okay. That's all you need to do. You just hold it in place. So what you would do is take this and hold it there. Try not to get it on your lip, because if you get it on your lip, clove is very highly, it numbs everything. Okay, just stay in. So when it numbs that area, it will help, but it also helps draw out any infection that's going on in there. So with that infection, there again, you've got infection of your teeth, you're swallowing that, and it does affect your overall health. Your body is trying to get rid of the toxins that you are now swallowing. And yes, it can be life-threatening, because there are, and I've seen it, where there are holes in the cheek from someone's dental abscess. So you guys got to really be diligent on this, and that is life-threatening. Okay. And when you are using clove oil, which is the #1 ingredient in your dental office, what they have to treat dental infection has clove in it, but that's a synthetic clove. It's not the real thing. Even when I go to the dentist and I have to have any kind of dental work done, I take my clove with me, and that's what they use to numb the inside of my mouth before they give me an injection. I don't like the other stuff. I just never have. And now that I have an alternative, it's like I take it with me. And plus, because it makes it so I don't feel that shot so much. Yes, the other is kind of along the same line as your clove. It's a gel, and of course it tastes different. Well, if you really want to think it tastes different, like strawberry or something, but you can use clove. And if you take your clove to your dental office, I'm sure they'd be more than happy to accommodate you. So try it one day. You'll be glad you did, actually. And then too, you're letting your dentist know that, hey, I'm into natural products, right? That's all you got to do. And clove oil is not for everyone, because it is very strong. And it does have that unpleasant taste. And yes, it can be very numbing to the tongue and the lips. So be very careful. Especially if there's large quantities. And actually, there was a publication back in 2006 in the Journal of Dentistry that they actually, what they did is they had 2 groups, and they used, they had some volunteers, adult volunteers. They ended up splitting the 2 groups up. One used the clove, one used something equivalent, which is a clove gel, like benzocaine. And then, because one was a placebo effect to see which one worked better within 5 minutes. Well, the clove did it, just so you know. Yeah, so that's kind of an interesting thing. So that's published in the Journal of Dentistry 2006. Okay. All right. Now doTERRA has a couple of things. One, I am not a big fan of fluoride. Yes, I know everyone's entitled to their opinion. Fluoride was not necessarily what it was made for, something else. It wasn't made to be what it is today. But what I will say is that fluoride I think is overused, and it affects us. And there are people and kids that have adverse side effects from fluoride, because there again, it wasn't intended for us to use in our teeth. But even when you are getting fluoride on your teeth, no matter how you look at it, so if they putting the trays in there with the foam, or if they're painted it on there with that stuff, and with that varnish, and then you go home with it, it's like yuck. But I didn't know why that came out. But anyway, supposedly it's better. I don't know about that. But what I can say is you are absorbing fluoride no matter what. So fluoride in your water, and if you're on a well, then your doctor is going to prescribe fluoride tablets. If you're on city water, there's fluoride in the water. I mean, there's fluoride everywhere, and it's like it's too much fluoride. Okay, it's an overkill. Yes, fluoride can be good, but it's too much, and it's in every single toothpaste. Well, doTERRA has a toothpaste I really love. I never thought that I would like a natural toothpaste that does not have fluoride in it. Instead, it has a product called hydroxyapatite, and it's HYDROXYAPATITE, hydroxyapatite. What that is the equivalent of what fluoride is doing. It's to help provide mineralization to your teeth naturally. Okay. Plus, it's a whitener. It can whiten your teeth. I know someone that I met years ago, and they had very dark teeth from an issue that went on, and they started using the doTERRA toothpaste, and it totally made a difference in their teeth. And they even messaged us, and at the time this person lived in like Alabama, I believe it was, and it was like, wow, really? So if you've got those, this is what it is. This is the On Guard toothpaste. Love this toothpaste. It tastes great. You like cinnamon, clove, orange. Those are some of the oils that are in here, along with eucalyptus is also in here. So and rosemary, but it's also it has a little bit of stevia leaf extract. Okay, and it also has wintergreen, and it has myrrh. So myrrh is another one of those that's very good for your teeth. I actually even have it here. This is our myrrh, and myrrh is another one of those that can help have healthy gums. So myrrh helps protect. Clove helps protect. Melaleuca or tea tree, as you know it. Cinnamon, you can do all of those. You can gently rub them on your gums, okay, or on your, for health, okay, but the cinnamon again, or excuse me, the clove again is very numbing. So you want to make sure that if you're using like cinnamon or clove, that you highly dilute it. And you should, if you're watching this, hopefully you know what dilution is, but you would use a carrier oil like sesame oil, coconut oil, not the solid. You want like a fractionated coconut oil, which is not a solid, it's a liquid. And you can either put it on your finger and go over your gums, or you can put it on your toothbrush. Now, toothbrushes, if you're using your toothbrush to put essential oils on, it can destroy your toothbrush itself, because essential oils and plastics don't go together. Okay. So really the better idea is to make up something and put it on your finger. I know a lot of people that will put a drop on their toothbrush and use it with their toothpaste. You decide what you want to do. If you have bleeding gums, okay, so like every time you brush your teeth, if they're bleeding, you have problems. You really should see a dentist. You can use myrrh, you can use helichrysum, you can use frankincense, and again, you can use melaleuca or tea tree. And again, it's the same thing. You can rub it on your finger and put it all over, or you can put it on your toothbrush. You can make yourself a kind of like a salve, or you can put it in your toothpaste. Okay, you can make put a little bit of it on your finger, whatever, put the oil on there, rub it on, and then just do your thing. All right. And you know, for plaque buildup, cinnamon and peppermint are really good for that. There again, same thing, rub on your gums or use it in your toothbrush. All right. Are you going in for dental work, like and going to go have anesthesia? Okay. Make sure that you detoxify yourself first. You can. And do the detoxification blend, which is Zendocrine. That stuff is amazing. Teething relief. Okay, the babies. Okay. I've actually, we had a grandson that had thrush. He would upchuck his food in his formula. And so it's like, okay, so we put him on probiotics for his tummy. And doTERRA has a great kids version of probiotics, PBSS Junior. But for thrush, we use thyme. So thyme is really good. You would you mix it with fractionated coconut oil first. Okay, so 1 drop to a teaspoon of 1 drop of essential oil to 1 teaspoon of fractionated coconut oil, right? Get your swab out, dip it in there, and then just swab his cheeks, or the inside of his cheeks. That's all you have to do. It's easy to get rid of. You know, sounds like there's no way, but it's that easy, that simple. You can use other things. I mean, you can still do clove, but depending on how old they are, you might not want to do clove. Roman chamomile, myrrh is very good for that. You can use helichrysum. Again, you could use On Guard. On Guard is a blend with the cinnamon, the clove, the rosemary, and others. So again, mix it with a fractionated coconut oil, or you can't have coconut oil, then like a sesame seed oil, or something that you can ingest. Okay. So that's those. And then what about nerve relief? Well, clove is very good for that. Again, we have a product called Copaiba, or Copaiba, however way you want to say it. Copaiba, Copaiba. So Copaiba is another one that you can simply put on a cotton swab and put it where you have the problem at. Okay, so if you had like a tooth removed and you've got some issues going on, you could actually use clove and Copaiba together. If you want to massage it, you can. You can also incorporate ginger. Is another one that can do. Now there again, ginger's a little bit on the hot side. If you want to, that's for invigorating. So that's when you want to invigorate the nerves. If you want to calm the nerves, then we're going to go to rosemary and basil. It's kind of, bring the heat down kind of thing. All right. And you massage it into the area. Same thing. Mix it with some fractionated coconut oil if you want, or you can simply put some on your finger and massage it into the area. If you've got that inflammation going on and you don't have clove, okay, you can use peppermint and Copaiba together. Massage that gently in the same area of your area of concern, right? Now, what about if you have braces? Okay, braces, you've got to keep your teeth clean, and it takes forever to floss your teeth because flossing is another important part of you and your health, oral health. Flossing. I don't care if you only do it once a day, do it before you go to bed. That's the most important time. It's the same as for brushing your teeth. If you're rushing out the door, yes, you need to brush your teeth after you've eaten every meal. Most of us don't. Nighttime is the most important, or before you go to bed. Why is that? Because now you're laying in bed and everything that's on your teeth from the day is sitting there and becomes very toxic to your teeth and your oral health. So get those, as we call them with the kids, sugar bugs, get them off of there, right? So that you have better oral health. But when it comes to putting the braces on, yeah, I've worked with that too, is you're always going to hurt when they go in and they're redoing things, right? There you can use copaiba as part of the relief from the pain, okay, from that discomfort that you're utilizing or getting into. Same thing, just put it on the gums, use your finger, mix up copaiba with the fractionated coconut oil, whatever it is that you're using as a carrier, and then use that all on the gums, and that will help for your discomfort in there. Yeah, it's fun to know some things, right? Now, you can make your own mouthwash, but, and here's a recipe for mouthwash if you'd like to do your own. It's 5 drops of melaleuca, 5 drops of peppermint, 3 drops of clove, 2 drops of cinnamon, and 2 drops of myrrh. You combine your oils in a 4-ounce glass bottle, okay? And you fill the remaining space with water. Now, every time you use it, you need to shake it very well because oil and water don't mix, right? So if they don't mix, your oils are always at the surface. So you gotta shake it up. But a better alternative is doTERRA's On Guard mouthwash, okay? It has all of those in it, already done for you, and it's not hot like some of your other ones. There's no alcohol in this, which is better, right? Because most of them do have an alcohol. Yes, you need to shake this well before you use it, but it's not like if you did your own and had the water. So again, you've got your eucalyptus. You got even more than what I just said in the recipe: eucalyptus and rosemary and wintergreen. So you're going to have a whole much better with this than you, and it's not much. It's only like around, I think if I remember right, if it's right around $14–15 for this. It lasts a long time, and this is your measuring cup. Yeah, not convenient. And if you have your own wholesale account. If you don't, and if you want a wholesale account where you can save 25% from retail, then please get a hold of me or send me a text, something. And we will be happy to help you there. It is not about you doing a business. It's only about getting the best price, period. It's like going to Costco. You get a membership, so you buy in bulk, but that's not always the best deal. You gotta shop around. Just saying. Okay, so what about canker sores? Do you ever have a canker sore? Or do you know someone that gets canker sores? Well, there are things that you can put on the canker sore, but usually they're inside the mouth. Well, first off, that mouthwash is a really good asset to have. You can, and there are other things you do, because a lot of people would use salt. Okay, you get that, and it's like the salt makes it dry up really fast and heal up faster. And it's like, but that's an ouchy one. Okay, that's not something that you really want to do. So for a canker sore recipe, it is 1 drop of the On Guard. It is 1 drop of black pepper, 2 drops of helichrysum, 2 drops of myrrh, 2 drops of melaleuca, and you can find those in a 10 ml roller bottle. And I don't have one right here. And if you don't have a 10 ml, use a 5 ml. Use whatever you have. It's a bottle that has a roller on the top of it. Okay, and just fill it up with fractionated coconut oil. That's all you need to do. So if you use a 5 ml bottle, that's fine. It's just going to be a little stronger than if you use a 10 ml. That's all it is. That's the only difference. Okay, just use what you got. If you don't have one, go to your local health store. I think even Rite Aid might even have those these days. All right. There are other things to do to help brighten your teeth. Now this kind of sounds kooky, but you can use a strawberry stem and a drop of peppermint. So you mash the strawberry into a pulp. So it's a strawberry with the stem, okay, and you mash it up. You add peppermint essential oil and you mix it up. That's wonderful peppermint. And you dip your toothbrush into the pulp mixture and you brush like you would normally brush your teeth. You can try that. Okay. In fact, if you do, I want to know the results. Tell me. Okay. There are natural ways to brighten our teeth. So let's do it. Right. And then helichrysum, by the way, for your braces, helichrysum or copi, but either way, are good to help relieve that tension from the braces when you do that. Now, I kind of want to give you the warning signs of what periodontal disease looks like. Because again, we looked at this earlier, we talked about it a little bit earlier, about what your gums should look like. Okay, so if you have red, swollen gums, you know, that bleed very easily, and bad breath. If you've got persistent bad breath, then that's another stage of periodontal disease. And then loose teeth that are mobile, that go in there and wiggle them, that you shouldn't be wiggling. That's another sign of periodontal disease. It's very important, if you want to keep or hang on to any teeth that you got left, go to the dentist on a routine basis. Hopefully you'll be able to keep some teeth. Now, by using certain natural products, and if you've never heard of oil pulling, that's oil pulling, like you're pulling taffy, okay? But it's not pulling, it's like the pool, all right? But you are putting the oils with a fractionated coconut oil and you're putting it in your mouth like a mouthwash and you're just swishing for a minute or two. Then you're going to spit it out. You're not going to spit it into your sink. You're going to spit it into the trash. Why? You ask? Is because you have just cleansed your mouth of all that bacteria we talked about, that the mouth has the most bacteria in the human mouth. Don't put it down your sink. Put it in the trash. Okay. Oil pulling, I personally, I've never done it and I've tried it, but I don't have anything that I don't have anything that renders that. But if you have dental issues, there's plenty of things to find on YouTube about oil pulling and plenty of positive comments that they help this, they help that. Okay. There are some people that say they reversed their decay in the tooth. I don't know if it was a little one, big one, but that's what they say. So if you want to learn more, go on YouTube and find oil pulling or dental oil pulling and see if it makes sense to you. If it does, then by all means try it. What do you got to lose besides your teeth, right? So when you start getting into those different stages of periodontal disease, when you start getting into loose teeth, you're into that third and fourth stage of periodontal disease, and sometimes it's not reversible. So really think about what the condition of your mouth is, okay? That bacteria multiplies from all those sticky foods, those sweets, the candy bars, the breads, the rice, anything white. I mean, there's all these different things that create more in our mouth, okay? And they just stick to our teeth. It's invisible. It's like a plastic wrap, okay? And it stays there on your teeth until you brush it off. So without regular brushing, plaque stays on your teeth and eventually it hardens. And there you've got that tartar buildup, that calculus that's on your teeth, and then you can't get it off because now it's like cement and your teeth wants to hang on to it. says, nope, I'm not giving it up. And so it don't go upward, it goes downward. So it pushes your gums away from your tooth and eventually pushes the bone away from your tooth. That's why when you get into a loose tooth, it's stage 3 and stage 4. So again, be very diligent about what you want to do with your mouth and your teeth and help keep them clean. You know, we don't want to get into toxins. We want to get rid of the toxins on our teeth and help in supporting our overall health. If this is not well, the rest won't be well. There's something that's going to give because it can't keep up. So I hope that you will find some valuable information in all of this. If you would, you can go to my website. It is Naturals for Animals. I know, Naturals, the number 4 animals.com. And there is a lot of information in there, but there's also doTERRA in there, and you can go shopping if you'd like, but you can see testimonials for your animals if that's what you're looking for. This segment is about your teeth, but our counter partners, which mine's laying on the chair next to me, he can't be out of the room. Because he's always with me. You want to make sure their dental health is in good shape too, or else you end up with the dog that doesn't have any teeth, like a lot of your elderly that don't have any teeth because something happened when they were younger. Sometimes it's not because of something they've done or not done. It's just the way that things happen. Genetics play a part of that as well. And where we live plays a part of that as well. If you show me x-rays, I can tell you if it's someone that's from a different country. I know that sounds kooky, but I can, because they're different. They look different on an x-ray. So I hope that you will have gained some information here. Maybe you didn't know about something before. Please leave me a comment. Leave me any kind of feedback that you want. And thank you for being here. And we will be back. Let's see, where are we going? We're going to be here again next. Let's see, this is Tuesday. Oh, next week, Thursday, which will be the 20? I don't even have my calendar here. Anyway, so it's next week's Thursday. And I will have a good topic. And I hope that I will see you there. See you soon. Thank you.